Jacobus Basson is looking relatively composed going through Sachs curve. You can feel the tension building. Jonathan Visser is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time. Jonathan Visser is driving through Parabolica.
There's not much better than sitting near here and watching the cars speed by.
This is where the mental game comes into play. Jamie Nichols is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
It's all about finding that balance between staying calm and focused, while also pushing the limits.
Jamie Nichols appears focused and prepared driving through Mobile 1 curve.
There's a spot near here where the teenagers sneak off to make out.
It looks like JP Liu is getting ready to make their move. They're taking their time to warm up those tires and get everything just right. JP Liu is looking relatively composed going through Spitzke. There are just over 5 minutes left in this qualification session. Wafik Thiessen is driving through Spitzke. The adrenaline is pumping. Peter Geldenhuys is on their out lap, warming up the tires and getting ready to put in a fast lap time. Peter Geldenhuys appears focused and prepared driving through Einfahrt Parabolica.
I have always loved this section of the track.
This is what it's all about. Jamie Nichols is putting everything they've got into this qualifying session.
Absolutely. Jamie Nichols is showing the world what they're made of.
Jamie Nichols is looking relatively composed going through Spitzke. Peter Geldenhuys is on their out lap. Peter Geldenhuys is driving through Mobile 1 curve.
Spectators near here can smell the smoke wafting from nearby grills.
Wihan appears focused and prepared driving through Einfahrt Parabolica. Wihan is driving through Spitzke and is up minus 0.14.
There's no guarantee that Wihan can maintain this delta through the rest of the lap.
You can feel the tension building. Mark Guy is out on track and getting ready to push for their qualifying time. This is where the mental game comes into play. JP Brand is taking their time to prepare for their qualifying run.
Patience is key in these early moments, Lucy. But I have a feeling JP Brand is going to make it count.
Ernest Heather will be looking to use this first hot lap to set a solid time in the standings.
Let's see if they can put a good marker down.
It seems like Ernest Heather is struggling, currently 0.43 off their best pace. Mike Ramsey is trying to find that extra performance.
Good question, Lucy. It's all or nothing now. They need to stay focused, hit their marks, and extract every ounce of performance from that car to move up the grid.
Mike Ramsey is looking relatively composed going through Spitzker. Basson is up minus 0.23.
Well, Lucy, it seems like Ernest Basson has got the need for speed, and nothing is going to stop him now.
Ernest Basson is driving through Parabolica. What a performance from Jamie Nichols. They currently occupy second on the grid. It's a good spot for now, but other drivers are trying their hardest to put in a better time and push them down the order. Jamie Nichols appears focused and prepared driving through Mercedes. It's been a struggle for Mike Ramsey in qualifying. As of now, they find themselves in 17th position, which is well below their expectations. However, motorsport is unpredictable, and there's still an opportunity for them to shine and move up the grid. Mike Ramsey is now up minus 0.45 in Parabolica. It's been a challenging session for Witthuizen. They're currently languishing in 18th position, which is not where they had envisioned themselves. But in motorsport, anything can happen, and with their skill and determination, they might still turn things around.
You're spot on, Lucy. Witthuizen has had a tough time in this qualifying session, but they shouldn't be counted out just yet. With their experience and the support of their team, they might find the extra speed needed to move up the grid.
Ernest Heather has positioned themselves well in 8th during qualifying. The challenge now is to assess their competitors and strategize how to move up the order for a better race start. A tough qualifying session for Witthuizen. They're currently mired in 16th position, which is a setback for their ambitions. However, they have the resilience and determination to learn from their mistakes and fight back in the race. Witthuizen is not able to keep their pace consistent. So far they are 0.72 seconds down. Impressive work from Mike McGeer, who has claimed 10th on the grid. Now, the focus is on maintaining their composure and pushing for an even better starting position. Mike McGeer is looking relatively composed going through Einfahrt Parabolica.
There's not much better than sitting near here and watching the cars speed by.
A challenging session for Witthuizen so far. They're currently in 17th position, which is not where they wanted to be. But in motorsport, we've seen remarkable comebacks, and they'll be hoping to turn their fortunes around and secure a better result.
You're absolutely right, Lucy. Witthuizen might be disappointed with their current position, but there's still time to make a difference. They'll need to remain composed, analyze the data, and push themselves to the limit to improve their qualifying result.
JP Liu has secured a respectable 9th in the qualifying session. This is a great spot to use as a launch pad for a strong race performance.
You're spot on, Lucy. JP Lu's current position of 9th is a testament to their skills and determination. Now, they face the challenge of maintaining their position against hungry rivals.
It's been a challenging day for Wihan in qualifying. They currently sit in 17th position, which is not reflective of their true potential. With the session nearing its end, they'll need to push hard and extract every ounce of performance to improve their result. As we're getting ready to kick things off.
The tension's building now. This is going to be another great race.
Securing the second place is Jacobus Besson. In third place, we have Jamie Nichols. At fourth, we have the one and only Peter Geldenhuys. Holding strong in fifth place is Mark Guy. Peter Grobler will be looking to gain ground quickly as they start from sixth on the grid. The seventh starting position belongs to Wayne Midden. The green light signals the beginning of an epic race. As the drivers jostle for position, it's all about keeping their cool under pressure.
Maintaining composure is essential in this high-stakes environment. The ability to react and adapt will be the key to success.
As we watch the drivers fight it out in the first lap, I can already feel that this is going to be an epic race.
Like gladiators, they enter Lucy, but instead of lions and swords, our champions fight in an arena of tarmac, and with fire-breathing machines of cutting-edge materials, designed to explore the very limits of physics itself in what can sometimes be very much a fight to the death.
A great start to the race there from Mike McGear. That's really gonna put the cat among the pigeons.
Yeah, a great start. Now Mike McGear just needs to keep it together and keep out of trouble.
And they're off. Mike Ramsey is showing some real determination, making up positions right away. Jonathan Visser must have had a rocket under their seat, because they've shot off the line like a missile.
Talk about hitting the ground running. But, as we know, it's not how you start but how you finish that counts.
Did someone forget to tell JP Lu that the race has begun? They're already losing ground. The crowd is on the edge of their seats as Mark Guy in 17th chases after JP Liu. The delta is just over a second, and you can feel the tension in the air. Mark Guy needs to find a way to close the gap. Jacobus Basson is giving it their all as they chase down JP Brand in P1. This is going to be a nail-biter. Jamie Nichols is defending for their life, but Wayne Mitten is right there doing everything they can to force a mistake.
It's not over yet. Wayne Mitten is right on Jamie Nichols' tail, and if they can find just a little bit of extra speed, they might be able to make a move.
Look at that, Wayne Mitten is hot on the tail of Jamie Nichols. Superb driving from Wayne Mitten, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race.
Amazing stuff. Focus and precision, what it's all about.
Every move counts now as Jonathan Visser works to reel in JP Liu overtake for P14. It looks like Jacobus Basson is in control. They're ahead of Wayne Mitten by over a second, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged anytime soon. Things are heating up as Wayne Mitten tries to close the gap to Jacobus Basson. This is what high-octane racing looks like. Mike McGear is breathing down the neck of Mike Ramsey, not giving them any room to relax.
This is what makes motor racing so exciting. The tension is high and the stakes are even higher. I would not bet on either racer at this point, as it's too close to call.
Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed.
You can see that car bouncing around as they ride the curves. It's a risky move.
The green light signals the beginning of an epic race. As the drivers jostle for position, it's all about keeping their cool under pressure.
Maintaining composure is essential in this high-stakes environment. The ability to react and adapt will be the key to success.
Philip Van Staden is looking for an opportunity to get round Peter Broberg. It looks like Wayne Mitten is pushing hard to catch up to Jacobus Basson. That's not a small gap, but Wayne Mitten has what it takes to challenge for the position.
It's going to be tough for Wayne Mitten, as Jacobus Basson seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Wayne Mitten pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
Mike Ramsey wants to get into the P3s and slipstream.
It looks like they have the speed to make a move. I just hope they have the patience to do it cleanly.
This is a thrilling battle as Rayon Barclays edges closer to Mike Ramsey in their fight for P8. The fans are on the edge of their seats. It doesn't get any closer than this.
It's a battle of nerves now. Wayne Mitten and Jacobus Basson are both pushing hard, but need to avoid mistakes that might cost them time or positions.
Wow, JP Liu is really pushing hard to catch up to Wayne. There's blood in the water for 11th place.
They say rubbing is racing, but if JP Liu gets too close, they might end up trading carbon fiber souvenirs instead of positions.
It's a thrilling pursuit as Wayne Mitten is right behind Jacobus Basson, keeping the pressure on for third place. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Mike Ramsey is chasing with Heath in P7.
To achieve of anything in this game, you must be prepared to dabble at the boundary of disaster.
A great moment for JP Liu, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings.
Impressive. JP Lau is really showing their skill and determination out there.
Coming into Sachs curve, the fight for 12th is heating up. Neither driver wants to be the first to blink.
This is what separates the good from the great. The ability to stay focused and perform under pressure.
The race is heating up as Ernest Heather in 6th closes in on Mike McGeer. The gap is just over a second, and I'm sure they are going to do everything possible to try and close the distance. They're not giving up without a fight.
This is where experience comes into play. Mike McGeer has been in this situation before and knows how to defend for position, but Ernest Heather is hungry for success and won't give up easily.
Rian Barkhuizen will be looking for a way up the inside of Mike Ramsey. They are trying to catch Jacobus Besson. The green light signals the beginning of an epic race. As the drivers jostle for position, it's all about keeping their cool under pressure.
Maintaining composure is essential in this high-stakes environment. The ability to react and adapt will be the key to success.
This is where the race gets really interesting. JP Liu is closing in on Rian Barkhuizen. Looks like Wayne Midden is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curves aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control. Sometimes you have to take risks to win, but pushing the car too hard can be a costly mistake. Wayne Midden needs to be careful not to overdo it.
The pursuit is on. Ernest Heather is closing the gap on Mike McGeer, determined to claim P5.
This is not going to be an easy pass to make.
Rian Barkhuizen is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play.
The battle for 3 is heating up as Wayne Midden tries to catch Jacobus Besson in P3. Oh, this is getting intense. Ernest Heather is just a few car lengths behind Mike McGeer.
It's a game of strategy now as Ernest Heather hunts down Mike McGeer. Yes, it's all about choosing the right moments to push and when to conserve energy, waiting for the perfect opportunity to strike.
It's like watching two predators circling each other, waiting for the perfect moment to pounce.
And it's not just about skill and talent. It's about who has the nerves of steel to handle the pressure and make the right decisions at the right time.
The action is heating up here as Rian Barkhuizen is in 12th, defending from Wihan, who is only 0.3 seconds away.
Wihan is certainly pushing all they can, but the gap might just be too much. Unless Rian Barkhuizen makes a mistake, it looks like they'll hold on to 12th.
Wihan is giving it their all as they chase down Rian Barkhuizen in P12.
Wihan needs to focus if they want to make a move and pass Rian Barkhuizen.
Things are heating up as Mike McGeer closes in on Ernest Heather. The gap between them is down to practically nothing. The gap between JP Liu and Robert Arquez is razor thin as they vie for 8th in this nail-biting contest. And JP Liu has just won. The green light signals the beginning of an epic race. As the drivers jostle for position, It's all about keeping their cool under pressure.
Maintaining composure is essential in this high-stakes environment. The ability to react and adapt will be the key to success.
Things are heating up as Mike McGear tries to close the gap to Ernest Heather.
The mental game is just as important here. Mike McGear must keep their cool while putting pressure on Ernest Heather.
They're going side by side, door handle to door handle. This is as close as it gets, folks. I would not be surprised if these drivers swap positions a few times before the order gets ultimately decided. This is getting exciting. Peter Geldenhuys is looking for any gap that might open up the position.
Ernest Basson is doing a great job of defending in the lead, and Peter Geldenhuys is pushing hard to close the gap. It's an exciting race and it's not over yet.
It's a battle out there, each driver trying to outsmart and outmaneuver the other. It's a tale of two drivers right now, with Peter Geldenhuys gaining places and Ernest Basson losing them.
Absolutely, Lucy, but there's still a long way to go in this race, and Peter Geldenhuys can't afford to get complacent. They have to keep driving with intensity and focus.
Every move counts now as Wehan works to reel in Ernest Basson and overtake for P11.
Wehan is looking to close the 0.4 second gap and make a pass.
Look at that, Ronnie Jonker is hot on the tail of Robert Arkuns. What a move, Ronnie Jonker has moved up to 15th.
Absolutely, Ronnie Jonker is really putting on a clinic out there, and they're making it look easy.
As a former racing driver, John, how important is the relationship between a driver and their team during a race?
It's absolutely crucial, Lucy. The team provides valuable information and support, helping the driver make the right decisions on track.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's the fastest way around Hockenheim F1 2024. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Wayne Midden is chasing Jacobus Basson in P3.
It's all about finding the perfect opportunity. Wayne Mitten needs to stay patient and wait for Jacobus Basson to make a mistake.
Looking at the lap times, Robert Arkuns is not currently on pace with Peter Grobler. Maybe they'll get a chance to see where they can improve. It's a close race between Peter Grobler and Robert Arkuns in 14th.
Peter Grobler is so close to Robert Arkuns that if this were a dance floor, they'd be doing the tango.
It's a game of cat and mouse out there, with Rian Barkhuizen trying to find the perfect opportunity to make a move on Mike Ramsey. The gap is over a second, but every fraction counts. This is what racing is all about. Two fierce competitors pushing each other to the limit. Great driving from Peter Grobler, who has just gained a place and moved up to 14th.
Yes, Peter Grobler is driving with real focus and precision, and it's paying off.
And we're back, where the drivers are showing us some incredible skills.
Indeed, Lucy, it's always exciting to see these skilled drivers operating such fantastic machines on amazing tracks.
The pressure is on for Rian Barkhuizen as they try to catch up to Mike Ramsey.
The gap between them is just over 0.3 seconds, which can feel like miles if you're trailing and not catching up.
This is where the skill and experience of the drivers really come into play. Peter Geldenhuys will need to stay focused and keep pushing, even when the gap seems insurmountable. It's not over until the checkered flag drops.
Absolutely, Peter Geldenhuys in 10th will need to be patient and carefully work to reduce that gap without overdriving it, as they can't afford to take unnecessary risks and risk an off or damaging their car. Let's see if they have what it takes to get back into the game here.
It's a battle of wills out there. with Ernest Besson trying to outsmart and outmaneuver Peter Geldenhuys. The gap is slowly closing, but time is running out. Situations like these often lead to a dramatic finish.
It's a nail-biting race for sure, with both drivers showing incredible skill and determination. But Peter Geldenhuys is not going to give up the position easily. This is going to be a battle to the very end, with Ernest Besson in P11 doing everything they can to catch up.
Rian Barkhuizen is on a mission, chasing Mike Ramsey, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. JP Brand is on fire in the last sector.
It takes a special kind of driver to perform under pressure like this. JP Brand has certainly risen to the occasion.
It's all over. JP Brand has claimed victory in this race with a stunning drive that will be remembered for years to come. Clearly at the top of their game right now. Some might say that second place is the first loser, but Jamie Nichols certainly doesn't see it that way. They put in a phenomenal effort and should be proud of their impressive result.
Intense race, but Jamie Nichols held their nerve and earned a great second place.
That was an outstanding performance from Jacobus Besson. They fought hard and took the final spot on the podium.
Fantastic result.
Coming in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th we have Wayne Midden, Ernest Heather, Mike McGear, and Wafik Thiessen. Taking 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th is Rian Barkhuizen, Peter Geldenhuys, Ernest Besson, and Mike Ramsey. 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th is JP Lee, Peter Grobler, Robert Arkutz, and Ronnie Jonker. Wihan, Mark Guy, Philip Van Staden, and Melvin Gauss claim 16th, 17th, 18th, and 20th. In 19th, it's Jonathan Visser. There's a little bit of wind in the air today here at Hockenheim F1 2024, as we're getting ready to get things underway. Sitting in second, it's Peter Geldenhuys. Rian Barkhuizen has qualified third. Starting from the fourth position on the grid, we have Wafik Thiessen.
A strong grid position, and they'll be expecting a solid result today.
As the green flag drops, keep an eye on Mike McGear starting in fifth position.
But they're going to have to be quick out of the blocks if they want to keep up with the top performers.
The green flag is out and the drivers are off. You know what, John? This is what it's all about.
This is where the driver's true abilities will be put to the test. Staying calm and collected while pushing for the lead is the ultimate challenge.
Having started in 1, Hernes Besson will be looking to establish themselves in this race.
The drivers are walking a fine line during the first lap melee as everyone tries to establish themselves. It's easy for inexperienced racers to blow it in T1.
This is going to be one hell of a race. I can already feel it. Settling into a rhythm is going to be crucial here.
There are a few drivers with a point to prove, and a few with some grudges to bear. Let's hope they can keep it clean.
The drivers are jockeying for position. JP Brand will be looking to get off to a good start and consolidate their position. JP Wu will be studying the nearby drivers and looking for anything that could give them an advantage. Mike Ramsey is pushing hard and has reduced the gap to JP Wu to 0.4 seconds. Looks like we've had a few incidents out there.
Someone forgot to take their driving lessons. They're making more U-turns than confused tourists.
Hilarious. I think they might need to call their GPS for directions. Maybe it can help them navigate the track. Tough break for Jonathan Visser, who has just lost a position. A brilliant maneuver from Jonathan Visser, who has just moved up the field. The race is really heating up. Hernes Besson is hunting down Rian Barkhuizen with everything they've got. Peter Geldenhuys is placed fourth at the moment. They are hoping to keep their distance ahead of Mike McGear, who is 0.3 seconds behind. This is a thrilling battle as Mike McGear edges closer to Peter Geldenhuys in their fight for P4. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. In racing, anything can, and usually does, happen, especially in such an epic showdown.
I remember being in a similar situation during my racing days. Wayne Mitten must stay focused and wait for the perfect opportunity to overtake.
The pursuit is on. JP Brand is closing the gap on Melvin Gauss, determined to Superb driving from JP Brand, who with that overtake has gained a position in the race. A setback for JP Brand, who has just been passed.
That's got to hurt. JP Brand will be kicking themselves right.
Hold on a second. That won't be ideal for JP Lu. This one's going to be tough. Mike McGear is getting their elbows out, and there may not be enough time left for Ernest Heather to make a move. It's an intense battle for position as Ernest Heather tries to outmaneuver Mike McGear. This is edge of your seat racing.
These two are putting on a masterclass in precision driving. Every turn, every acceleration, calculated to perfection.
JP Brand is holding 7, but Wayne Midden is right on their tail.
Surely they've got enough in the tank to pull away. Gonna be interesting to watch this battle unfold.
Looks like we might have a great battle starting here between Wayne Midden in 8th and Melvin Gauss. It's been tense with a gap of only 0.3 seconds.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Melvin Gauss to make up that gap, especially with Wayne Midden defending so well.
The delta between Peter Grobler and 11th and Mark Guy remains over a second, but Peter Grobler is not letting up. They're pushing hard and looking for any opportunity to close that gap. There's 5 minutes left in this session to make that happen.
Indeed, the anticipation is high as Peter Grobler tries to reel in Mark Guy. But Mark Guy is not making it easy, maintaining a consistent pace. Peter Grobler needs to find a little extra speed to bring the fight to Mark Guy and move up the field.
JP Lu is pushing really hard, but as we know, pushing too hard can lead to other mistakes, like locking up the brakes or missing a shift. These drivers are walking a razor's edge between pushing the limits and making costly errors.
Absolutely, it's all about finding that sweet spot where you're pushing the car to its limits without crossing the line into reckless driving. That's where experience and skill come into play. This is where every inch counts. JP Lau is pushing hard to close the gap on Mike Ramsey. Absolutely, precision and control are key here. Knowing when to push and when to hold back can be the difference between winning and losing.
The battle for 4 is heating up as Mike McGear tries to catch Peter Geldenhuis in P4.
The gap is 0.3 seconds now. Mike McGear is going to have to work a bit harder to close that gap with Peter Geldenhuis.
This is where the race gets really interesting. JP Brand is closing in on Mike McGear.
It's a fine line between pushing the car to its limits and losing control. JP Brand is really walking that fine line.
It's a classic case of chasing down the car ahead for Wayne Midden, who is currently in P8. But Ernest Heather is not making it easy, and the gap remains over a second. This will require some expert driving from Wayne Midden.
It's going to be tough for Wayne Midden, as Ernest Heather seems to have found their rhythm. But anything can happen in racing, and we've seen Wayne Midden pull off some impressive moves before. I'm excited to see if they can make it happen again.
It's neck and neck, the closest battle we've seen in a while. Peter Grobler is giving it their all as they chase down Mark Guy in P10.
The gap between them is now just over 0.3 seconds.
It's looking good for Peter Grobler, who has gained places and put some distance between themselves and Mark Guy. The drivers have been working hard to come up with the perfect race strategy. They've been looking at the weather, the track conditions and the performance of their cars.
Now it's time to put that strategy into action and see if it pays off.
Every move counts now as Jonathan Visser works to reel in Mike Ramsey and overtake for P14. Jamie Nichols is running 19th. They are trying to catch Jacobus Visson.
We'll have to wait to see if Jamie Nichols can use the draft to their advantage, or if the lack of downforce will hinder their progress.
Hold on a second. That won't be ideal for JP Lu. We got a close battle as Jonathan Visser closes in on Mike Ramsey. A great moment for Jonathan Visser, who has just gained a place and moved up the standings. Hold that thought. Hold the phone. I don't think that's the fastest lane around Hockenheim F1 2024. This is where the skill and precision of the drivers really comes into play. Rian Barkhuizen is chasing Wafik Thiessen in P1. An impressive showing from Rian Barkhuizen, who has gained positions and left Wafik Thiessen in the dust.
Absolutely. Rian Barkhausen is showing great pace and determination, but they can't get too confident. There is still plenty of challenges ahead.
The action is non-stop as Wafik Thiessen shadows Rian Barkhuizen through every twist and turn, determined to claim first.
If Wafik Thiessen isn't careful, they might end up turning this high-speed chase into a synchronous...
Stop the press. Oh dear, Jacobus Basson has had an incident. Oh my, Wafik Thiessen is hot on the tail of Rian Barkhuizen. As they come into Mobile 1 curve, I'm sure they may have a cheeky peek up the inside.
A misjudgment by either driver could result in a close encounter of the tyre barrier kind, and that's one handshake they'll want to avoid.
Peter Grobler is on a mission, chasing Wayne Midden, who's desperately trying to stay ahead. Oh, this is getting intense. Jamie Nichols is just a few car lengths behind Robert R. Coots. What it's all about, folks. Peter Grobler is in hot pursuit of Wayne Midden, who's just trying to stay ahead. Jamie Nichols wants to close that gap with Robert R. Coots. A tough moment for Jamie Nichols, who has just lost a place, dumping them down to 17th. Important part in this race.
They are gonna need to look after their tyres and will want to keep something in them for the crucial latter stages, as their tyres wear and fuel levels deplete and the handling changes.
And don't forget the track grip increases as more rubber gets laid down.
Indeed, the conditions are constantly changing and the drivers need to adapt, otherwise it can cost crucial time and jeopardize their position.
JP Lu appears to be trying to find a way around Whitney. They can make a move on them in Mercedes. Looks like Robert R. Coots is really pushing it to the limit. They're taking those curves aggressively, but that can unsettle the car and cause handling issues.
Indeed, taking too much curb can upset the car's balance, leading to oversteer or understeer. It's all about maintaining that fine line between speed and control.
This is a thrilling battle as Wafik Thiessen edges closer to Rian Barkhuizen in their fight for P1.
One important aspect here is choosing the right braking points. Wafik Thiessen needs to be precise to avoid overshooting and losing valuable time.
The pressure is on for Mike McGear as they try to catch up to Ernest Basson.
Don't forget the role of aerodynamics. Mike McGear should use slipstreaming to their advantage and close the gap to Ernest Basson.
No room for error. Stop the press. Oh dear, Jacobus Basson has had an incident. Things are heating up as Ronnie Jonkler tries to close the gap to Peter Geldenhuis. The race is really heating up. Wafik Thiessen is hunting down Rian Barkhuizen with everything they've got.
That driver is really pushing the limits. They're riding the curbs and pushing the car to its limits.
Looks like that's a mistake from Rian Barkhuizen. This could be costly. As they speed through Mobile 1 curve, JP Liu is relentlessly pursuing Wihan in a high-stakes battle for position. What a move! JP Liu has moved up to 11. 3 cars in perfect formation, creating a moving train on the circuit. They're using the slipstream to gain an advantage, but that's not always enough.
Absolutely, Lucy. The slipstream plays a crucial role in these battles. The drivers are using every trick in the book to gain an advantage while constantly evaluating when to make their move.
It looks like Jacobus Besson is in control. They're ahead of Jamie Nichols by over a second, and it doesn't look like they're going to be challenged anytime soon.
That's right, Jacobus Besson is showing some great form and it looks like Jamie Nichols won't be able to catch up, barring any mistakes.
Look at that! Jamie Nichols is hot on the tail of Jacobus Besson. Pushing too hard can lead to mistakes, and we're seeing that now. That car is really unsettled as they push for every last bit of speed. Fantastic move from Peter Geldenhuys, who has just gained a position. Disappointing for Peter Geldenhuys, they now find themselves in 18th. Impressive stuff from Jacobus Besson, who has managed to pull away from Peter Geldenhuys, leaving them in choking in their exhaust. Stop the press. Oh dear, Jacobus Besson has had an incident. Oh, this is getting intense. Ronnie Jonker is just behind Robert R. Coots.
As an experienced driver, I can tell you that Ronnie Jonker must be laser focused on Robert R. Coots' every move, looking for the slightest weakness to exploit.
It seems like Mark Guy has got the bit between their teeth, improving on Melvin Gauss's lap time there. The crowd is on its feet as Melvin Gauss chases down Mark Guy through Parabolica.
You know what they say, keep...
Hold that thought. Hold the phone. Oh dear, Mike Ramsey has had an incident. It seems like Jacobus Besson is struggling. They are not able to maintain their pace.
Jacobus Besson needs to refocus and start putting in the lap times we know they're capable of.
It's a brilliant day for racing, and the drivers are putting on a show.
Absolutely. What a great race we are witnessing today. These drivers are giving it their all, and it's a thrill to watch them compete at this level.
They're really pushing themselves and their machines to the limit, and it's paying off with some incredible driving.
It's a pleasure to be here today, Lucy. You really can't beat the excitement of a good race, especially one as competitive as this.
On the final lap now, and Mike McGear looks like they might just wrap up. The leader has just finished the race. A fantastic result for Mike McGear. Ernest Heather never gave up. They drove with heart and determination, ultimately securing a well-deserved second-place finish. What a race from Mark Guy. They kept their cool and secured a well-earned third place on the podium. Melvin Gauss, Peter Grobler, Ernest Besson, and Wayne Midden in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. With J.P. Brand, Lafitte Thiessen, Rian Barkhuizen, and J.P. Liu in 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th. Jonathan Visser, Wihan, Jamie Nichols, and Ronnie Jonker brings home 12th, 13th, 14th, and 15th. Finishing 16th, 17th, 18th, and 19th is Jacobus Besson, Robert R. Coots, Mike Ramsey, and Peter Geldenhuys. Philip van Staden end in 20th.